Hi, so I realise I've not actually done any introduction as to who I am, why I'm doing it, where it's come from. So this journey has been ongoing for, I would say, 10 years plus. I've tried to moderate, I've tried to switch to different drinks, I've tried to have dinner. I've tried to give myself a curfew to be home by. So many things that I've tried, and nothing actually works. So it's just far better for me to put down. I've done months with it. I've done a year and a half is my longest. I've had days where I've gone back to it. I've had a few months where I've gone back to it. But I am so certain that this is how it's going to be for me now. And there was no big downfall. There was no big rock bottom. There was no massive thing. It's just I'd been out for a drink. I hadn't particularly enjoyed it. We were home at a reasonable hour, and I just felt rubbish, and I just felt like there's so much more to life than this. So I stopped. I didn't make any big announcements. In the past I'd announced to all my family, and I'd announced to the whole world that I was stopping, and that was it forever. I just didn't feel the need to do any of that. I just felt really peaceful, really calm, really sure in what I was doing. And that then prompted me to want to help others, especially women. I just feel that we have so much on our plates. Children, work, husbands, partners, aging parents, pets. Let's face it, we all have to deal with the pets. Just everything, life admin, everything. And then you have to kind of try and squeeze yourself somewhere in there. And friendships and all those really other important things. And I just felt like I was coming right down far at the bottom, and I didn't want it to be that way. I wanted to go into my midlife feeling confident and happy, and I didn't want to have all that awful crippling anxiety and beating myself up any longer. So that's who I am. That's a little bit of my story. There's there's just so much more, and we will delve deeper into it. I'm just starting to find my voice with all of this, so it's really early days for me with regards to this as well, and a little bit just finding my way with it. And I'm there's a little voice in the back of my brain that's a little bit like, what have you got to offer, and who's going to want to listen, and people are just going to laugh, and you have to kind of block all that out, and you have to know that you're doing this for the good of others. So that's my little story. I live in Portsmouth. I'm on the south coast. I'm just starting to get into some course writing. I want to write some material and some content for you all so that you can access things and learn. And some of the biggest things that have helped me along the way, and I will say that one of them is journaling, and exercise goes without saying, really. Exercise is huge for me. And again, exercise used to come from a place of wanting to look smaller, and now exercise comes from a place of wanting to be stronger and wanting to feel good about myself in that way. So there's lots and lots and lots for us to delve into. So if this is something that you think you would benefit from, then please give me a follow. I'd love to hear from you all, and thank you so much for listening. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you.